Hey guys, it's Alicia here. So for today's video, I have my bangs all pulled back and everything because I'm going to be doing a full face of products that I don't ever reach for slash maybe don't like. Now that's not to say that all of these I don't like because that's not true. There's some in here that I really like, but I just don't reach for them because I have a bunch of other makeup that I reach for more and, you know, things like that. There's always new releases, so like it's just hard to keep up with everything sometimes. But I wanted to do this video because I do plan on doing a declutter soon because this bag, I had it like maybe about halfway full of these products and my eyes shot, like the bag that I have holding a lot of my palettes, I can't fit any more palettes in there. I have an overflow of palettes that I had to start putting some in here, and this is starting to get overflowed and it's just too much. I have tons here that I know that I will probably be able to give up just fine. So I just really need to like get out of the mindset of keeping it all. So I probably will be recording a declutter here soon. So stay tuned for that. But first, I think I'm going to start with my face and then I will do my eye makeup. So for primer, I have a lot of stuff, okay, that I don't reach for. Two here that I actually like, I just put in here because compared to, like, other products I have, I just don't reach for them as much. So I'll probably be using one of these today. But one of them is the Kick-Ass Super Blur Imperfections Eraser from Soap & Glory. It's just like a little stick. I like to put this in my T-zone. And then I have the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I actually really do like this one. I just put it in here because I had other pore filling products that I was using. But I think I might actually put this back in my other bag because I've kind of been missing it. So there's that one. And then for other primers, I have this green tea primer I got from Ipsy. And then this Essential Glow primer. And then I have the Bare Minerals Prime Time Foundation Primer that I never ever use anymore. And I used to use this a lot before I got a lot of primers. But yeah, now I just don't really use it so much. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this Soap & Glory one, just kind of like right in here. I don't think I'm going to use this everywhere like in my T-zone. I think I might go with a little bit of the Maybelline one because I like this one, but I don't feel like it does enough. So I'm going to use this. This one is very much like silicone, so like if you don't like those kind of primers, then like this one. But it's a very, very affordable primer. It's only like $5 or $6, I believe. It's been around for like ever. Okay, so I have these other three. I don't know. To be honest, this one actually smells really good. To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna use this one. The green tea one, because like, I don't know. And then I have this Essential Glow one, but I also have the Bare Minerals. I kind of want to use the Bare Minerals today, so that's what I'm gonna do. We don't want to over prime. Now, like, I do feel like this, like, really smooths out my skin, but, like, I just don't know that it does enough compared to some of my other primers that I have and really enjoy. And I'm gonna be honest, this one is starting to get a little old. I've had it for like a year and a half, and it says 12 months on it, so that one's probably gonna be going soon. So yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna use for primer today. I have for foundation the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Wear foundation. So this is definitely an old foundation for sure. Mine actually says it expires next month, and I've had this for about a year, so like I guess that would make sense. But like maybe because it's been like out on the shelf for a while, I don't know. I got it at Big Lots. I mean you can't really find this in stores very well anymore, but I found it in Big Lots for $3, and I heard so many good things about it before that I was like, oh, why not? Let's try it. So I hate the packaging. It's stupid. I don't like any foundation packaging like that. I just think it's totally and completely useless. Like, I don't understand why companies do this. I prefer either a pump or a squeezy tube. I like both of those. Or even just like a doe foot applicator. I mean, I know some people don't like that. I don't mind that. So even if a product had that, I would be totally fine with that. I do remember liking this foundation when I used it, because I used it a lot after I bought it. I mean, I've used like a decent amount of it, but I just haven't used it in so long. It does look good on my skin though, and I have to say this is like a perfect shade match for me too. Like, for buying it at Big Lots, which they don't have like every shade at all, you know, I feel like I did pretty good on getting a good shade. Like, I lucked out for sure. But like I said, I do remember really liking this, but since of course it is, you know, getting old, it's probably going to have to be going soon, because I don't want to be using expired products, especially since I have plenty of foundation. Like, I don't need to use an expensive or expired product, not expensive. But yeah, so far, I mean, I think that looks pretty good on my skin. I've never really had any trouble with this foundation when I used it before, so I do like that. Now I am going to use concealer. This is a Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Fair. I don't really remember loving this. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I think I might try blending it with my finger first, and then maybe using a sponge for like the rest of it. Oh crap. Okay, that was a lot. Because that's kind of how I do like the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. Because it's so creamy, I typically apply it with my finger first, and then whenever I need help with, if I need help with it, I'll tap the rest in with a sponge, and it works just fine. I mean, that doesn't look bad, actually. It looks a little bit better than what I remember it looking like, because I remember not really caring for this too much, actually. But I don't know. I still don't really see myself reaching for this though. Honestly, because I do have other concealers that I love. And this one I just don't really know. But I have to say, it's actually not looking bad. It's looking a little bit better than what I remember. I know some people really love that concealer. I've just been kind of so-so about it. So, the next thing I'm going to do is a cream blush. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Shaping Blush Stick. I liked this when I got it, but I'm going to try a different way of applying it, because I tried applying it directly, and I felt like it moves my foundation, so then I tried applying it on the back of my hand and picking up the sponge, and I felt like there wasn't really much of anything there, so I'm just going to try applying it on the sponge, then applying it to my face to see how that looks. Because I really want to like this product. I haven't had it that long, and you know, it looks pretty. I do think I like that a lot more than how I was applying it to begin with. So this one I might put back in my normal, like, everyday makeup. Yeah, I actually do like that. Okay. So that's not as bad as I thought it was before either. Well, I didn't really think it was bad. It just wasn't like my favorite. So, you know, I just put it in this bag. So far, that's a good one. Now I'm going to go in with powders. So I have this AOA Perfect Finishing Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. So I actually used to really like this. It's a very soft powder. I actually used to like this. So let's see if maybe I can incorporate it back in with my other makeup, or if it just doesn't do enough. We'll see. I'm gonna put it under my eyes. Yeah, I feel like it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't remember having any issues with this powder, but I started getting so much powder that I wasn't really using it enough. I also have it in another shade, Nude, which I think is not exactly the right shade for me at all. I mean, it kind of blends out nicely though. But I also have my Coty Airspun that I don't really reach for that much anymore, honestly, because I just have so much other powders that I like more. I don't think this one is bad though by any means. I'll just lightly kind of press this in a little bit, and then I might go in with a little bit more of the AOA, the Nude one, just to see. So I'm not going to go crazy with this, because the last thing you want is to add too much powder. A lot of people comment on the fragrance of this. It is heavily fragranced. I wasn't too, like, big on that when I first started using it, but honestly, like, I actually kind of grew to like the smell, so it didn't bother me that much in the end. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that AOA powder. Hopefully this doesn't, like, ruin anything. Honestly, I don't think I've ever really used this one much. Maybe just, like, once or twice. I mean, I feel like my complexion looks really good, though. So, that's a plus. So, this isn't actually half bad. I don't really think it gives you much coverage. But the translucent one, I actually really like. I might keep that one, too, because I do like that one. Okay, so for bronzer, I have a couple different options. I have this Pacifica Coconut Blush Duo, but this one is like a bronzer shade on me, so that's what I would normally use it as. Might be a little bit light for me right now, though. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then I also have this Physicians Formula Bronze Booster that I just never, ever really reach for. That one's definitely going to be a bronze on me. So, okay, I'm going to try to go in with a tiny bit of the Pacifica. Just, like, very lightly on my fluffy brush. To see if I can get some color. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I remember liking this duo. I think it's just one of those things that got lost in my collection, you know? But I'm trying to see if I can rediscover any products that I liked. And hopefully getting rid of ones that I don't need. Okay, so now I'm going to go in that Physicians Formula bronzer, which is the bottom shade, that I never really use, ever. I'm going kind of light because it looks really pigmented. And it is. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Very, very pigmentous, so you definitely don't need much though if you're anywhere near my skin tone. I just honestly remember not really reaching for the bronzer that much in this and just mainly using the contour shade. My bangs are trying to come free. Okay, I like that. That looks good, I think. I'm going to take my e.l.f. contour brush, dip into the middle shade right here, which is definitely more cool tone. Pick up a little bit of product. Really make sure I tap that off. And then just go in. I just don't really contour that much with this anymore. I used to use this powder a lot. I don't think it looks bad though. I'm gonna go ahead and take a powder brush and just kind of go over that though to make sure it's blended in with the bronzer, not just like really harsh. Okay, so that is that. Oh wait, actually I am going to use the top shade too because why not? I'm just going to grab this little powder brush. This one is powdery. Take that just a little bit, like not right under my eyes, but like kind of in the highlight region, just to maybe brighten a little bit. I mean, I feel like it did something, but I don't know that it's like revolutionary. Okay, so I know I have a cream blush on, so I'm not gonna do like any intense blush right now, but I have the Flower Beauty Warm Hibiscus blush. This is a very like shimmery blush. I honestly haven't used this one in forever. It is so pretty though. I just don't really reach for glowy blushes as much, and when I do, I have another one that I love so much, but I do like that one. And then I have this one from Space Case Cosmetics. It's a Cosmic Gangster blush. I got this in an Ipsy bag. It is really pretty. It is super creamy, like so creamy. Like, it's so creamy that this could be a cream blush, honestly. Like, it's like a cream to powder, like, finish. It's just so pretty. It's definitely more pink than the flower one, though. Like, you can kind of see it. That's the Space Case, and that's the flower one. I'm going to take just a little dab of this one, and then maybe do a tiny bit of the flower one just on top to, like, really make it a little bit glowier. I do remember thinking that this blush was nice, that's why I kept it, but I honestly just never reach for it. I just never reach for, like, this bright of pink blushes, really, so I honestly don't know. And then, oh, and I forgot I have this one on the Pacifica thing, too. This one is a more matte blush. It's a darker blush, so it won't really, like, match what I'm doing right now, so I'm not going to use that one, but I do have that as well. I do like that one though. I remember liking that one, so And take just a dab of this flower one and put it on top. I feel very blushed and glowy. I'm gonna try to blend that in a little bit again too, just because I did put quite a bit of blush on today. Okay, I actually don't have a highlight. Really? Wow. Oh wait, yes I do. It's because I decluttered the other one I was thinking of, but I do have this Color Story Afterglow highlighting palette. I've been using this in my mirror. Like, this is a nice highlighting palette. I do like it. I do want to use it more and keep it, but I just don't really reach for it that much because, honestly, like, a lot of the shades look exactly the same. Like, these three right here, there's almost no difference between them. These two right here are completely different. So, really, I feel like you could have kept two of these out and just made it like a 4-pan highlighting palette, but I literally just, like, take a little bit of all the shades when I have used this. And it is pretty, but I just don't know if it's enough for what I like in a highlight. Like, I don't really see myself reaching for this over some of my other highlights that I really like. But like I said, it is pretty. Like, it's not bad by any means. Okay, well that is that. I am going to spray some setting spray on my face to help let this, like, melt in. I'll be using the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Matte Finish Setting Spray. I really honestly don't like this spray because I don't like the mister. Like, mine leaks. I don't know if that is, like, I don't know, like, I can't even, like, figure out if I like the actual spray because the mister on it and everything leaks. So I never reach for it. Like, I can't tell the difference after spraying that, but whatever. Okay, so I don't have an eyeshadow primer that I don't like, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick one out real quick to use because I do want to give my eyeshadow a fair chance. So I'm going to use my Essence I Heart Color Brightening Primer. I actually haven't really used this one in a while because I've been so stuck on my MAC Paint Pot, but I do really like this primer. And I'm trying to use makeup I don't really reach for as often, so why would I use the MAC one if I have another one I could use? Trying to just keep with the theme of the video. Normally it doesn't take me that long to blend it in. I think I got a little bit too much. Okay, so while that is setting, I have a bunch of eyeshadow to choose from. So I have this little single shadow from Palladio. It's a crushed metallic shadow in the shade Supernova. This is honestly such a pretty shade. I just never really reach for single shadows, but it is very gorgeous. And it swatches amazing. And then I have, if you remember this from my Ipsy bag video, my Bang Beauty little quad that I didn't really like. No, I don't like that one. I actually have my e.l.f. Matte for Matte palette in here just because I don't reach for it as much as I used to compared to some of my other palettes. But I do really, really like this one, so I do, like, highly recommend it for sure. And then I have my NYX Lingerie palette that I still use. I just don't use as often. I actually use it a little bit more than this one. There's just a couple looks with it that I get that I really, really like, that are nice and simple. But I don't really know if I want to use those today because I have two palettes that I never, ever use, and honestly don't know if I ever see myself using them again. So I kind of want to use those, or at least one of them, instead of something that I know I like that I just don't reach for as much. One of those is the Troublemaker palette by Urban Decay. I used to love this and use it a lot. Mine's kind of dirty. It's not like super dirty or anything, but you can probably tell I liked it. But yeah, I just don't really reach for it that much anymore. Like, I just think there's better. I think I have better, but it's not terrible. And then I have of course, my Morphe 3502 that I have complained about multiple times that I just don't really like. So I might try to use both. I don't know how that's gonna go. But okay, I'm actually gonna start off though with this NYX Lingerie palette and take this like bone like shade that is very, very great for setting a base, and just use that real quick because that is what I always do with my eye looks. I actually love this shade. This shade is probably my favorite in the whole palette. I know that sounds so weird, but it's just the perfect base shade. Like, I think I like it more than, oh gosh, this mirror is like messed up. There we go. I never took the plastic covering off. There we go. Like, I just never really used to use mirrors in my palettes. Now I do. But yeah, I just love this shade so much. I don't know why, but I think I like it better than any of the other shades like this in my other palettes. And like I said, I don't know why, because it's just such a basic shade. But I've actually made quite a bit of a dent in this particular shade, this palette. It's very, very noticeable. Maybe sometime I'll do a look with this palette on my channel for like a quick, easy eyeshadow look or something, because whenever I do use this, it is very quick and easy. So that is a good thing about this palette. But yeah, I've definitely put a pretty noticeable dent into that shade, which it's you can kind of see it on camera. It's kind of hard to show, but like my finger really dips down there. But I do like this palette a lot. They are really, the shades in it are really, really nice. Now, instead of reaching for a transition shade in my Troublemaker palette, which I totally could, I think I'm going to use one in my Morphe palette, just so I can use a little bit of both of these, since I never reach for either. Now, the thing I hate about this is it's so big and it doesn't have a freaking mirror. Like, I just hate that. So I'm going to use a shade. It's honestly way too similar to the one in the Troublemaker palette. I don't have to use this, but I want to try to use both palettes. So I'm going to use this shade right here and fluff that into my crease. Now, like, this isn't, like, a horrible palette or anything, because, like, the mattes in that Morphe palette blend out so well with, like, very little effort. Like, that took nothing. So I do like the quality of it. I just wish that it had more variety in it. Like, it's just such a boring palette. And I know, I'm the one that bought it. I didn't have to buy it. But at the time, I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking like, oh, hey, look, all shades that I could use. I love browns. Like, I will totally use all of these. Then after I started using it for a while, I'm like, actually, I'm kind of bored, because a lot of these shades are very repetitive and unnecessary. So that is a huge downside. but that blended out so effortlessly. So now I'm going to take this shade right here, which is just a tad bit darker. Just a tad bit. And put that just right under that shade in the crease, just to kind of define it a little bit more. If you have the Troublemaker palette and you're actually trying to recreate the look that I'm going to be doing, definitely could do this with the shades in here. I mean, the only difference is the shade that I'm using now that's just a slight bit darker than what I was using, but like you don't need it to make the look. It would be okay. Because there is this shade right here that's basically the same as the first one, which I'm actually going to use a little bit of that to help blend all that together. Actually, I take that back. This is kind of like that second shade. This one's a little bit more pigmented. I used to use that shade all the time. What I used to love about this palette was I would use all these browns to make a look, and I used to love this shimmer called Riot. I used to love it. And then I also would use this like charcoaly shimmer a lot with the black and make like a nice smoky eye. I used the green shade a couple times, and it didn't even last half the day without creasing on me really badly, so I just kind of gave up on that. But right now, I like how everything is looking, so I'm going to take one of my favorite brushes, and I'm going to go into this shade Relish, which is this dark burgundy. And put that on the outer corner. This palette was limited edition, but you still can get it. I've seen it on Nordstrom Rack for like 16 bucks. I got this as a Christmas present, and my mom paid the full $40 for it. I don't know that it's really worth $40, but at the time I really enjoyed it. And like I said, it's not that it's like a really bad palette, but I just think that there is so much better from Urban Decay, and just in general. Like their Born to Run palette is so great. I'd rather use that over this any day. But now I'm trying to like fluff a little bit of that burgundy into the crease just a little bit to kind of blend that together. Okay, I'm going to take my brushes first and not put any more product on and just fluff that through to help make sure that that is blended. Blending is key when it comes to doing eyeshadow. If you don't blend it good enough, it ain't gonna look that great. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna use this Palladio shadow and put it more towards the outer corner where I have that burgundy shade, and just tap it on my finger. This is very pretty. I do love this shade. I just never reach for it because I don't really use single shadows. Maybe if I had like a Z palette for them, I would. But I don't. And like, I only have this one single shade really. Like, I don't have a lot of single shades or single shadows, so I don't really need one for that. But now I'm going to take the shade Girl Crush, which is just a little bit lighter of a like pinky kind of rosy shade. I just put that from the inside to the center of my eye. And blend it in with that Palladio shadow. I think it looks really pretty. I mean, I do like this look, but Like, I feel like I could get a similar look with other palettes that I have, or something even better. Like, I just don't think that this palette is 100% necessary. That is just my opinion. So, if for some reason you love this palette, don't attack me for it. I don't think it's bad, like I said. I just don't think it's, like, great. But okay, that is basically the eye look. Well, I'm actually going to take my flat-ended brush, like an eyeliner brush, and just take that black that's in here and apply that kind of towards the outer corner of like a little bit of a liner. You know what, I just don't like this black though. I'm actually going to use the black in the Morphe palette because this is a very intense black. I do like this shade a lot. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. Now, I am getting fallout on my face from this black. Which is a bummer. But I'm going to try to, like, fluff that off. Which honestly did the trick. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of highlight to my inner corner just to brighten that up a little bit. I'm going to take this middle shade right here, just right there. Since I don't have like a brighter shade like this in that palette, I'm going to use my highlight, which I do that a lot. I just feel like it looks so much better with like a bright inner corner like that. Okay, and now I'm going to use a little bit of liner. I have this Ulta Beauty liquid liner. I don't ever use liner like this. I just find it difficult to apply because I'm not very good at it. But we're going to try it today. Yeah, not the best. Yeah, the liner could definitely be better, but I'm just going to stop before it gets worse. Because I'm just not good at using these. And then I got some up here on my freaking eyelid. And that's awesome. I'll just fluff that out a little bit with some more shadow. Alright, and that's fine. I'm going to take this shade right here and just do a little bit under my brow bone. We are almost done. Almost in the home stretch. Okay, so now I don't have a mascara that I don't like, so I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara and call it a day, because I do love this mascara. Like I said, I just don't have one that I don't like right now. So yeah. I'm not really going to do too much heavy mascara right now either, so I'm just going to be kind of quick with this. This video is already long enough, honestly. Which I knew, I had a feeling it was going to take a little bit longer for me to do this. But that's okay. Just hopefully somebody actually wanted to sit through all this. If You're actually still watching this. Thank you. Now I just have a couple more things. I have to do my eyebrows. I have this Essence Eyebrow Designer pencil thing that comes with this little brush. Yeah, this isn't really my jam, but it's alright. Like, the color and everything's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and try it out. I haven't used this in a long time. Like, I like the color of this. I don't actually think the product itself is bad, but I honestly wouldn't use this brush. It's my only brush. I am today, just because this is the theme of the video, but on an everyday basis, I wouldn't do that. Okay, and I'm going to take this little dinky brush and just kind of brush through that. I mean, not the best brows I've ever had, but they're not bad. I do like the color of this pencil. So I had these two things that I totally forgot to use, and it wouldn't match my look, so I'm not going to, but I had these Collab cream eye color sticks. I will try to use these some other time, or like more often, because I do like these. I just totally forgot about them doing that eyeshadow. Okay, and then the last thing I have to do is I have a lip gloss I'm going to use, and it's not that I don't like this, I just never really used it. It's Belle and Argent lip gloss. That's all it says. I got it in an Ipsy bag. So we're just going to go ahead and go with it. It's not, like I said, it's not bad. It's just not like, wow, like anything amazing. And I honestly have glosses I prefer. And I just feel like not much product is coming off either. But I just have other glosses I prefer. One of those being the Jeffree Star glosses. If you saw my video about those are great. And there's many others I like too. But yeah, I got a little bit of mascara smudge right there. Take that off. That eyeliner is here to stay though. But that's okay. I will just get that off with a Q-tip once I am done recording. But yeah, I think I like how everything looks for the most part. The things that I'm really happy with would be this translucent powder. This actually went over really well. This cream blush did great. I'm going to give that another go. I do like these other blushes. I don't know if I'm going to keep all of these though. I don't know. Those are really the standout products in this Palladio Single Shadow. I do think this Troublemaker palette did pretty good today. But honestly, I'm just waiting to see when it'll start creasing, because I'm sure it will soon. Ignore the eyeliner mark up there. But yeah, that is what we're dealing with today. So I'm just going to put some setting spray on for my leaking bottle. And that is all for this video. So I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in my next video, and hopefully it won't be as long. So thank you for watching. Bye.